What's up guys, Rick's Motorsports here, Beau. Doing a little midweek update or end of the week. It's tomorrow will be Friday. Chance behind the camera. We're doing a little update on the valve cover I mentioned in a previous video. I mentioned that one time we were at the junkyard. Basically we were trying to get a new valve cover. We weren't impressed with the one that came from eBay that we wanted to drill the bungs on, or weld the bungs on rather. What we ended up deciding to do was we're gonna actually get this valve cover right here powder coated and should clean it up real nice. It's gonna look real good just like the valve cover on the H23, but the H23 valve cover, that's just a rattle can valve cover, so it's gonna chip and stuff like that. So really excited to get this powder coat. They said it should be done in about a week. And then for the bungs, we were gonna weld our bungs on with welder right here. Down Chance practicing quite a bit. But we ended up doing is we got the Kinugawa, sorry if I butchered it, the dash
Kinugawa,
the dash 10AN fittings for the bungs, and we drilled our holes. If you guys have if you didn't want to weld your bungs on your valve cover, like I was saying, we got the Kinugawa dash 10AN bungs. So we just drilled out these holes right here. They screw on. Here's our dash 10AN fitting. So we're just gonna screw in here. We screw that on. Then we have one for this hole right here. And basically we ended up going that route because we can't weld it like I was saying. It's just gonna be a lot cleaner, be a lot simpler. And then we're just gonna do a little tack weld on the inside to strengthen it completely. It should be good to go. We got the ramen on deck. And yes, we threw an egg in there. Yeah. But as of right now, I am doing a couple of minor things to the H23. I already started a little bit, but I am taking the fuel filter off. So that means I have already disconnected the line that goes into the fuel reel. And it's really easy. It was just a, I forget what it's called. Is that a banjo bolt? Yeah, or banjo nut. It just screws in there, and then there's this little hole that, actually that's the banjo nut, that has a little feed down in there, and then it feeds through there, where my thumb is. So there's a nut on the bottom of the fuel filter I have to take off, and they are known for being rusted and easy to strip just because of how they are. So you have to get a wrench that is rounded like this one, so that way it can grab more surface area of the nut. And before they do that, I'm gonna spray it with some PB Blaster to just help loosen any that's built up, and see if we can get it off without stripping it. Just drench it. So the fuel filter is being a little bit harder to take off than I thought, and it's kind of bending the line anyway, like the metal one that's underneath. So I'm just going to cut it first because we're going to do that anyway. Then it should make it easier to take it off. And what this is doing is just tightening down on it a little bit each time I turn it. And it'll just gradually cut into the metal and keep it a circle without pinching it like you would if you had like I don't know, something else, or it'll break. Did it just break?
It just broke.
What the hell?
Yeah. Excellent warranted quality. I don't know.
It's probably really old.
Yeah, this is from Grandpa.
Yeah, so it's really old.
Yeah.
Oh my god. So I was just spilling gas a second ago. Oh god, it smells like gas terribly.
Yeah, that's strong.
But after that thing broke, I was trying to pull the nut off the bottom, and it actually cut it all the way. So I just needed to keep turning it a little bit more. Or I just needed to like bend it a bit, and it broke off. So that's exactly what I wanted. But I have to, I guess I don't have to take that off now, the nut on the bottom. Yeah, that really doesn't make sense now. Cool.
Very nice.
Very nice.
And a little off topic, but relevant to cars. I just ordered some more wheels for my ILX to swap in and out. These ones are 18-inch, so they're a little bit sportier. I like the look of them, but they are some Motegi MR 131s. They're the track light version. Matte bronze, 18x8 with a 45 offset. I think those are gonna look really cool.
Yeah, those look good.
I only paid like $560 for them, so nothing too expensive. And I still got to get tires for them, but I sold my stock wheel and tires to help pay for this.
Yeah, just the other day.
Yeah. All right, back on topic. So we have this fitting to put onto the fuel line I just cut, and this will let us add a dash fitting or whatever, dash 8 or dash 10, I forget. But
Dash 10 again.
Yeah, dash 10 again. So this is for the fuel right here, the fuel line, and it goes on this part first. This goes on the fuel line like so. Okay, make sure that's on nice and tight. And then this little copper fitting goes inside that. And then once that's in there, you screw this in. And then that smushes it together and makes it so it can, it'll stay on pretty much. Oh, oops, copper fitting sideways. I guess you gotta make sure to put it in right, or else that won't work. It was in, but I guess I just didn't screw it down a little bit. So today's a new day. As you could see from the last clip, we broke the tube cutter for the fuel lines. So I went to AutoZone and got a new one right there. And I already clamped it down and started to twist it a bit. It's a lot smaller and it doesn't look like it'll break. So I'm just gonna cut more of the tube off because there's kind of a bend in it, so it's not allowing a fitting to go on there because of that bend. So I'm just going to cut it before it, so that way it's just a straight pipe for it to go on. Yeah, and this is kind of a weird angle.
You're a weird angle. Is it getting it?
Yeah. And the advantage of using these over something else is it doesn't leave shavings like in your fuel line, so it's not putting metal through your gas and through your engine. It just cuts it little by little, and you tighten it a bit more and then you keep cutting. There we go. Yep, so you just have to apply a little bit more pressure every once in a while. Keep twisting it down. And it will eventually cut through it. And then, you know, just take some pliers, wiggle it off. Let's try to put this fitting back on. Why isn't that fitting? So the fitting that we had is actually the wrong size. It's a little bit too small. So we're just gonna put that on in some other time, doesn't matter. It just matters that we got the line cut for how we want it. The heater just kicked on, so that's kind of annoying. So yeah, I got what I wanted to do done for right now. I don't really have anything else left to talk about, but I think Beau's gonna talk about the valve cover now.
Alright, you guys saw earlier in the beginning of the video, we were going to get the valve cover powder coated. Finally got it back after about, what was that, Chance, week and a half? So it took a little,
2 weeks.
week and a half, 2 weeks, I think. So it took a little bit longer than the projected 1 week, estimated 1 week. So it looks really good though. Candy blue, as we were saying.
Yeah, it looks a lot better than the one that we just rattle canned.
Yeah, I mean that turned out good, but this one has a really good shine to it. Underneath, under the blue, they actually spray a layer of chrome, from what I understand. That'll bring out that candy color. So, yeah, really happy with how that turned out. We did mention in a previous video we made on Instagram, and you guys, if you follow the Instagram, you would have seen the valve cover already. So if you don't follow the Instagram, go check that out at Riggs Motorsports. That'll give you updates on our builds because we take a lot of pictures. Obviously, video will come out maybe once a week, but we'll probably post like 4 or 5 pictures a week. Chance takes a lot of pictures of cars at events, so you guys may see your car on there in the future if you live around this area. But other than that, guys, like, subscribe, comment, share the video, turn the notifications on so you see whenever we post a new video. We really appreciate it. Thanks for watching.